I must act and respond as a Muslim should. However, I'm concerned discontinuing to work with them, meaning I believe they're referring to the Zionists, because it's my job that feeds my family. Does working with them make me a hypocrite?
Okay, so this is one of those questions that's really dangerous to answer because the fatwa is given in accordance to what's been provided, right? So you're kind of captive, as the scholars say, to what's been provided of information. So working with them can mean multiple things. Working in a company that is an ethical or that has some behavior that is problematic in that regard, that it maybe more indirectly supports the occupation and you're fighting back within the company, that's one thing, right? But working with a company that is like a weapons manufacturer is not permissible at all, right? Or working with a company that is 100% complicit in the Zionist occupation and you are unable to manifest any type of change is not permissible at all. So you have to weigh what it is that you mean by working with them. And so I really am a little hindered here in terms of what I can say. But I will assume what I think from the question. It seems like coworkers or colleagues and things of that sort. Look, Allah Azza just says, "Laysu sawa," they're not all the same. This is talking about creed and theology. The Prophet ﷺ was able to recognize when he saw the people that were coming forth in Badr, and كان في القوم خير ففي صاحب الإبل الأحمر. So if there's any good in anyone, it's in that person on the red camel. He said, there are some people أخرجوا كرها that have been brought out by force. They really don't want to kill us. اللهم اغفر لقومي فإنهم لا يعلمون. He made dua for some people to be forgiven out of ignorance, but then a few months later he made qunuts for 40 days against the people that carried out the massacres of Bir Ma'un and Raji', Hadithatul Raji'. That's right after Uhud, right? So Uhud, he said, Allahumma ighfir li qawmi fa innahum la ya'lamun. Allah, forgive my people. And then right after Uhud, after those two massacres, he made dua against the people for 40 days in every salah. So you have to recognize like who's malicious and who's just really ignorant. Now, you should express absolute moral disgust even at ignorant apologetics for genocide, right? Like even if it's not coming from a place of malice. But I would say the way that you express that moral disgust can be in a way that helps a person see just how far they've debased their own souls by supporting this monstrous ideology. And yes, Zionism itself is a monstrous and evil ideology. We can't shy away from it as Muslims. It is evil. It's a monstrous ideology. It is ethno-supremacist, racist, violent inherently, and we see its manifestations today. So it's important for us to maintain that clarity, but then to also recognize like who's who in this, and to deal with people to the best of our read of them, if that makes sense.